Renegade Immortal Episode 176. In the previous episode, Wang Lin unleashed the ancient demon formed from his own blood to battle the powerful shattered devil above Sky Demon City. As the sky erupted with flames and demonic energy, Wang Lin sat below, observing and learning the ancient god's mysterious techniques. Through his connection to his true body across the stars, he absorbed immense power, reaching the peak of his strength. After 3 days, when the devil tried to flee, Wang Lin struck with everything he had, merging his treasures, Dao, and will into a single, blinding attack. The shattered devil's body collapsed under the ancient demon's spell, but his soul tried to escape within the armor. Anticipating this, Wang Lin seized the armor, forcing the devil's soul into his own body, beginning a deadly inner battle for control. At the end of the previous episode, the ancient demon smiled, impressed by Wang Lin's strategy, and decided to help him in this final struggle as they vanished toward the Dragon Lake. And the story continues. Outside of Rank 7 cultivation planet Tianyang, on the Crimson Blood Star, a woman clad in flowing purple robes soared through the emptiness of space atop a 3-foot-long sword. Behind her, 3 women in colorful robes pursued relentlessly, their eyes burning with anger and determination. One of the pursuers sneered coldly, her voice cutting through the void. "Wretch, you betrayed the Heavenly Water Sect and stole the Junior Sect Master's holy treasure. Do you really think you can escape? Even though this place is influenced by planet Tianyang, my 5-element planet is also a Rank 7 cultivation planet. You won't get away." The woman in purple gritted her teeth, her face pale and drawn. The delicate purple veil that had once shielded her face had long since fallen, revealing the strain etched upon her features. "You have GU poison coursing through your veins." The pursuer continued with cruel satisfaction. "Let's see how far you can run with it." Xin, the woman in purple, forced a bitter smile. The GU poison inside her had long been suppressed by her own cultivation techniques. But the constant pursuit had weakened her defenses. Her strength was no longer enough to keep the poison at bay. And a violent cough erupted from her chest, spewing a mouthful of blood into the void. The sword beneath her trembled as she struggled to maintain control. Despite the pain, she refused to give in. With a surge of determination, she directed her sword toward a blood-red planet below, piercing its atmosphere and diving toward its surface. The 3 women behind her accelerated, their expressions twisted with fury and malice. As Xin approached the planet, a blood-red pavilion emerged before her eyes. A man stepped from within, his red hair and eyebrows glinting in the dim light. Clad in a robe of matching red, he radiated a suffocating sense of authority, though he emitted no visible celestial spiritual energy. The air around him seemed to crackle with power. He looked coldly at the fleeing woman and her pursuers. Frowning slightly, "Scram," he said, his voice calm but carrying undeniable weight. The 3 women hesitated, one quickly spoke, her tone strained. "Senior, the Heavenly Water Sect of 5-element planet is attempting to capture a traitor. We hope you will not intervene." A flicker of frost appeared in the man's eyes. With a swift wave of his sleeve, a sudden gust of wind swept the 3 women away, flinging them from the surface of the blood-red planet as though they were nothing. Xin took a deep, shuddering breath and steadied herself. Her gaze turned toward the man, curiosity and awe mingling with lingering fear. "What is your name?" she asked. "I am Xin, a cultivator from the Rank 6 cultivation planet Suzaku," she replied, her voice quivering but steady. She could feel the immense power of the man before her, who had effortlessly sent her pursuers away. The cultivator's strength was beyond ordinary comprehension, and Xin's heart raced at the thought of being in his presence. Meanwhile, on planet Suzaku, the country of Shu had undergone tremendous transformation. The Cloud Sky Sect, once a modest sect, had now risen to become a Rank 4 cultivation country under the guidance of the current Suzaku. Zhou Wutai, though only Rank 4, the country's sphere of influence was unmatched among its peers, commanding respect from even Rank 5 cultivation countries. This reverence stemmed from the legacy of Wang Lin. Stories of his deeds had been told for generations, how he had shaken the sea of devils with his strength, saved a beautiful woman, slaughtered the Zhao clan, and reshaped the destiny of the Tang family and the country itself. His confrontations in the celestial realm, his battles with formidable opponents, and his acquisition of the Suzaku crystal had become legendary. Yet, in a display of unparalleled humility, he had refused the title of Suzaku, passing it to Zhou Wutai instead. In honor of his legacy, the Cloud Sky sect had been reconstructed into a grand monument. A colossal statue of Wang Lin stood at its center, crafted from exquisite spirit stones. The figure, dressed in black with eyes deep in contemplation, radiated a sense of majesty so powerful that all who approached could not help but feel awe. Rank 4 and 5 cultivators alike showed deference when in its presence, and disciples of the Cloud Sky sect worshipped it as a symbol of unassailable authority and inspiration. On a clear morning, a young boy and his grandfather climbed the steps leading to the Cloud Sky sect. From their vantage point, the statue loomed large, dominating the landscape. The boy's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "Grandpa, is that the statue you were talking about?" The old man gazed at the monument, a wistful smile touching his lips. "Do you know why the head of the Cloud Sky sect reached the soul formation stage? Why all the sects in Shu consider the Cloud Sky sect as their ruler? It is all because of this man." He sighed, running his hand over the boy's head. "Wang Lin may have only cultivated here for a short time, but during those years, he created a storm unlike anything Suzaku had ever seen." The boy's eyes widened. "A storm? How could one person do so much?" The grandfather recounted tales of Wang Lin's legendary feats, the chaos he unleashed in the Sea of Devils, the lives he saved, the battles he fought, and the powerful enemies he defeated. He explained how Wang Lin's wisdom, strength, and courage had made him an immortalized legend, a figure whose influence endured far beyond his time on planet Suzaku. The boy's excitement grew. "I want to be like him one day. What is his name, Grandpa? Where did he go?" "His name is Wang Lin," the old man replied softly. "No one truly knows where he went, but a person like him could never be ordinary." His voice carried respect and a tinge of longing. At that moment, a thunderous roar echoed from the foot of the mountain, shaking the trees. A large, black-striped tiger leapt upward, carrying a young woman dressed in white upon its back. Her attire flowed with the wind, and though she was not the most beautiful, her delicate features and intelligent eyes exuded grace and authority. "Little White, faster," she called, her voice melodious yet commanding. The tiger obeyed, bounding toward the Cloud Sky sect with astonishing speed. As they reached the top, the tiger landed beside the statue and gazed at it with a mixture of reverence and disdain, muttering to itself about the girl's foolish determination. The young woman, Zhou Ru, whispered softly, addressing the statue as if it could hear her. She spoke of her progress in cultivation, her efforts to reach the core formation stage, and the guidance she had received from her grandfather. Tai Yan, a tall, venerable figure who had once been aided by Wang Lin himself, appeared from the shadows, his eyes warm with affection. "Ru-er," he said kindly, "you must follow your heart. Forcing yourself to reach the nascent soul stage too early may lead you astray." Zhou Ru responded thoughtfully, acknowledging that even Wang Lin himself had once pursued similar heights, sometimes against the natural flow, and that determination was not always straightforward. Tai Yan nodded in understanding, encouraging her to cultivate well at Mount Suzaku. He promised that if she reached the nascent soul stage, he would give her the treasures left behind by her benefactor. Zhou Ru smiled before turning to the statue once more, a gesture filled with meaning. She patted Little White on the head, commanding, "Let's go to Mount Suzaku." The tiger roared and leapt into the air, disappearing over the horizon. As Little White flew in the air, drool flew out the corner of his mouth. God knows if that was the real reason he made up his mind or if it was because of the tigresses from other planets that Zhou Ru talked about. In this episode, we saw Zi Xin, the purple-robed cultivator, fleeing desperately across space, struggling with the deadly GU poison in her body while being pursued by 3 relentless enemies. She managed to escape to a blood-red planet, where a mysterious and powerful cultivator effortlessly drove her pursuers away. Meanwhile, on planet Suzaku, we explored the legacy of Wang Lin. whose extraordinary deeds shaped the Cloud Sky sect into a revered power and inspired generations. We also witnessed Joru's determination as she prepared to continue her cultivation journey toward Mount Suzaku. Accompanied by the loyal tiger, Little White. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Renegade Immortal. If you enjoyed this episode or found it exciting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get the latest updates on Wang Lin's adventures. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.